stretch, headed back into Pratt. These some nasty freaking headwinds, man. Gnarly headwinds.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So right now I am headed to the Gypsum Hills of Pratt, Kansas for open range gravel. Doing 2 days of tent camping. About to pick up the homie Lefty on the way out of town, but before I do that, I want to give you guys a rundown of what I'm taking on this trip. We're camping, so we got some firewood. I got this high-tech camp shower right here with like 6 gallons of extra water, top of the line. I got all my clothes, bike stuff here. Obviously, camping, got lots of water and a cooler. In this tote, this is just all the camp stuff. I got a Camelback in there, tent, sleeping bag. Obviously a chair, bike tools. And here we've got all the cooking essentials. I'm gonna get this loaded up, go pick up Lefty, and see you guys soon. So when we rolled into Pratt, Kansas, we were staying at the 6th Street campground, and I'll say this was a really nice camp spot and it was free, so that's always a bonus. But there was some other campers there. We made our way over to this really nice treed spot and we got set up. When we got there, it was super windy, like 25-mile-an-hour winds. Got the tent set up for Zach, and I thought it would be a good idea to hammock camp in 25-mile-an-hour winds. So we got a fire going because obviously when you're camping, you got to have a fire pit. Well, everything is good with the world, and before we know it, there is a police officer pulling up, and we're thinking he's about to tell us that we can't camp in that spot. Well, he tells us there is no fires allowed, and I guess someone reported that the field was on fire and things were crazy. Before we know it, there's like 2 or 3 fire trucks there. There's several volunteer firefighters. I think another cop pulled up. Everybody was super cool. We didn't get in trouble, but I will say the town of Pratt, you guys are well protected having those firefighters and police officers serving you because they are on it. So the next morning we wake up and we go to the start of the race. We get our race packets and Zach is completely stoked. This is his first gravel race. So as you can see, he's stoked for some big gravel miles. For open range, there's actually 2 distances. There is a 200-kilometer race and a 100-kilometer race. There's also a 200-kilometer bike packing category where people ride the first half of the 200 on day 1 and they bike pack, and then they ride the second half on day 2. So that's pretty cool. So when the race starts out, it's roughly on pavement for like 2 to 3 miles, and then as soon as we hit that first section of sand, it was carnage. Maybe a half a football field ahead of me, there was like a 15 bike pile up. People are getting off their bikes, they're running. So I hit that thick sand and I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this sand is this thick all day and we're 3 miles in, that's gonna make for a long day.
This is crazy. This isn't gravel. This is sand. This is like the Saudi Arabian desert.
This race is really known for a few things. For one, the Gypsum Hills are beautiful. If I had to compare them to something, I'd kind of say the terrain reminds me of if Arizona and Colorado made a baby. It doesn't even seem like you're in Kansas because this area is so unique. The other thing is the sand and the wind. It is extremely windy in this area.
So I can't even begin to really describe how strong these winds are right now. I ride in Kansas a lot. I've ridden in Emporia a lot. And this wind hits a little bit harder. So this is literally open range. There's cattle. We're on like a B road, and there's cattle to the left side of us. No fence, so that's pretty cool. So I guess this is like a private ranch or something. So yeah, it's pretty unique.
And that's another really neat thing about this event is the 200-kilometer route, which was actually around 129 miles, goes through like 3 private ranches where the cattle are just grazing on each side of you and you get these crazy views. It's really a unique experience.
And so you guys know, if you're doing this event, you do not necessarily need a pack because it's so well supported. This is Bobby right here.
What's up, sir?
What's up?
How you doing?
This is Mr. Flint Hills Gravel right here.
I saw you fly by me earlier.
Bobby Thompson in the flesh. Dude, I'm chilling today, man. This is a brutal day.
I know.
The wind and the sand.
Enjoy the next leg.
Yeah, you too.
At this point, I've done a lot of big gravel races. I've ridden on some gnarly B roads and farm roads, whatever you want to call them. And this race had as gnarly and as rough of terrain as any race I've done.
So with the sand, line choice is very important, and you really can't like bomb it down hills because the sand thickens up at the bottom of the hills, and if you don't slow down, you're gonna eat shit, and then that's tough because then you have no momentum going back up the hill, if that makes sense. Tough day. Right now we got a tailwind, but the last 45 miles are like headwind all the way back. Sure if you can see it, but there was an old covered wagon on top of that hill. That's pretty cool. We are in Medicine Lodge, Kansas.
So here's where things got really dark really fast. When we hit Medicine Lodge, it was roughly 45 to 50 miles from there back to Pratt, and that was directly into like a 25-30 mile an hour headwind.
If you're watching this video and you raced in this race and you cussed the wind at any point during the race, give the video a thumbs up.
That last stretch was one of the most brutal, agonizing experiences I've ever had on a bike, but somehow found a way to limp across the finish line, and that makes it all worth it.
Ah, shit. Oh man, slap it. Yeah, I'm gonna say that rivals the toughest ones I've done. Dirty Kansas, the Epic, the sand, the wind.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Man, dude,
yeah.
good job.
Good, thank you, brother.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The Gypsum
Isn't
Hills
it awesome?
are special.
Isn't it?
There's like that euphoria that comes over you when you're suffering and you see the beautiful views, and it's like you're just in heaven.
Nailed it.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's awesome. Guys, this is Eric. You are the race
director. Yeah.
So he's
organizer.
He's the guy pretty much in charge of Open Range, and I want to say, first of all, thank you so much. It was a great event. The Gypsum Hills are special. It's a beautiful ride, and I also want to say thank you for my homie. You know, I reached out to you, and I was like, Zach. He's on an e-bike. He's got a prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
He would like to be a part of the event, and you didn't balk at it. You were like, yes, and you made it happen.
Yeah. No, we were happy to include you. And yeah, it is a tough event. So, kudos today for the people that just showed up. It was so brutally windy out there, and so just to show up and toe the line, kudos to you guys. Kudos to the guys that finished, the guys and gals that finished this race today. Man, that was a tremendous effort going out there. Our 126 miles on our 200K is not an easy 126 miles. It is a rough 126 miles. It's doable, very doable for the average person, but it will play mind tricks with you at times.
I was seeing stuff towards the end. Guys, thanks for checking out that video. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep crushing it.